All right, so it looks like we've got someone who's really interested in fine-tuning their cucumber tests,
Oh, yeah, definitely a good thing to look into.
especially when we're talking about rerunning those scenarios that maybe didn't pass on the first go.
Makes sense for sure.
And you know what I'm really seeing here is a focus on efficiency, like how to get the most out of your testing, spending hours on it.
Time is precious.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got some code snippets, some configuration details that I think could be super helpful.
Absolutely. These are the kinds of techniques that can really make a difference for anyone working with Cucumber.
For sure. So let's dive into this a little bit.
Sounds good.
Okay, so then we've got this features option, and it's pointing to a file called rerun.txt. What's the deal with that?
Rerun.txt is like a little notepad where Cucumber keeps track of all the scenarios that tripped up during the initial test run.
So it's not just dumping everything into one giant report.
Right, it's creating a separate list of the problem areas.
I see, and this is what allows us to just rerun the failed test without having to go through the whole shebang again, right?
Exactly. It's all about efficiency, remember. You use rerun.txt as a guide to target just the tests that need fixing.
Okay, so we've got Cucumber keeping track of the failures with rerun.txt, but then we've got this FailedTestRunner class. What's the role of that?
FailedTestRunner is like the specialized team that comes in to handle the reruns. Instead of just blindly running all the tests again, it uses rerun.txt as a roadmap.
Ah, so it's like a targeted strike force focusing on just the problem areas.
Exactly. And this is what really saves you time. You're not wasting resources on tests that are already passing. You're laser focused on getting those failed tests back on track.
So CucumberOptions sets the stage, rerun.txt keeps track of the failures, and then FailedTestRunner swoops in to handle the reruns. It's a pretty slick system.
It is. It's a great example of how a little bit of clever configuration can make your testing process so much more efficient.
For sure. And you know what? I think the real takeaway here is this idea of focusing on failures
Yep.
and using them as a learning opportunity.
Absolutely. It's something that applies far beyond just software development. Think about any problem you're trying to solve. Often the key is to identify the points of failure and then iterate on them until you find a solution.
It's like that saying, fail fast, fail often, right?
Exactly. It's about embracing those failures as stepping stones on the path to success.
I like that. And on that note, I think we've had a really good deep dive into this topic.
I agree. I think our listener has got a great foundation for making their cucumber testing more efficient.
Absolutely. So until next time, keep those tests running. And remember, failures are just opportunities in disguise.